And welcome back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium. We're set for men's action between Grove City and Westminster. Before we have the opening tip, the Star-Spangled Banner will be sung as we continue this doubleheader between these two rivals. So at this time, we pause for our national anthem.
By Westminster College sophomore Ashley Maddox.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A very nice rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner as we are all set for game 2 of our doubleheader. It is Grove City and Westminster getting set to do battle. Hi again, everybody. Chad Prispinski alongside Jeff Hammerton as we get you set for this President's Athletic Conference affair. Westminster comes into this one having won 3 straight. The Titans are 9-5 overall and 6-2 in the PAC. Grove City, meanwhile, is seeking a second straight victory. 6-6 overall is the record for the Wolverines, and 2-3 in the President's Athletic Conference. Let's check out our keys to the game. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Avalon Pizza Downtown. Avalon Downtown, the Valley's best pizza. Jeff?
And for Grove City, they want to get defensive. One thing you know about Westminster, they can score the basketball. They come in averaging over 80 points a game. Grove City's defense only gives up 67, so it's going to see a battle of styles. Who's going to win out? For Westminster, they have got to come back. Hockey subs. You and I haven't seen this yet, but we've heard about it. Grove City's going to play a lot of players. They're just going to keep guys coming in fresh, and Westminster's going to have to combat all of that. And finally, I think we say this with every game we do, both teams need to win the battle of the boards. If you can keep guys off the glass and you can limit teams to 1 shot, you're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Yeah, the goal for Grove City is what they really want to use is their 13 players against Westminster's 7, and they hope that in the stretch run in the second half that they're a little bit fresher and can withstand the rigors of a full 40 minutes. So we're awaiting the opening tip, and the Westminster basketball team, the starting lineups are being introduced, and we have plenty of local connections for that group of Titans as well. When you look at the list, as you see the starting lineups, Tyler James is at 1 guard, joined by Daniel Ritter and Reese Leone. All of those are local ties. Tyler James out of Warren JFK, Daniel Ritter out of South Range, Reese Leone out of West Branch High School. Then we have Josh Hutcherson out of Uniontown Lake High School, and Anthony Ritter is from South Range as well. Of course, those two are twins. The starting lineups for the Westminster Titans. On the other side, for Grove City, they will send out a group of starters that includes Joshua McCray, Elijah White, Ben Rose, their leading scorer, Luca Robinson, as well as Josh Brown. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. Congratulations as we're getting started to Grove City head coach Steve Lammy, who after Tuesday night's victory is the all-time winningest coach. Wolverine program history, 320 wins. And the opening tip is controlled by Grove City, and we are underway here at Buzz Riddle Gymnasium.
Westminster's going to go man-to-man to start, coming out and pressuring the basketball.
They bounce it up to the top of the key. Elijah White outside the three-point line to Brown. Left of the lane. Here's Rose. Rose in traffic. Fadeaway shot up off the back edge. No good. Good looking offensive board. It won't go. Second try is up and good. Off the window for Luka Robinson.
And there's your keys of the game. Win the battle of the boards. If you get 3 shots every time down the floor, you're going to score a lot of points in a basketball game.
Anthony Ritter has it on the near side, right wing, looking low post. One dribble. Back across to Reese Leon. Here's Daniel Ritter. Ritter is cut off. Now here's Anthony Ritter. Dribble drive. Scoops it up and in.
That's too easy if you're Grove City. They want to get defensive in this game. All Ritter did was show a ball fake, and the seas parted. It's too easy coming down the lane.
Ben Rose up at the top of the key. Over to Josh Brown. Underneath, right of the lane, Luka Robinson. 12 on the shot clock for Grove City. Inside the three-point line, it's Elijah White. Underneath, off the glass, no good for Brown, but it's cleaned up and stuck in by Rose.
2 offensive possessions for the Wolverines and 2 offensive rebounds, multiple offensive rebounds, multiple shots, and buckets both times.
4-2 in favor of Grove City. Ritter for 3. It's up, no good. And off the miss, here comes Grove City in the opposite direction. Ben Rose. Outside to Robinson, just inside the three-point line to McCray. McCray takes it to the rack. There's a whistle and a foul called on the floor.
It's going to be a Daniel Ritter. That's going to be his first.
So first foul of the night, and here comes the hockey subs. Wholesale substitutions racing in. Just about every other dead ball we may see this, and so it's an interesting style.
There'll be no excuse for someone to look over to the coach and say, I'm exhausted. He's going to keep rotating people in every couple minutes. You better be out there going as hard as you can, or someone else will go in there for you.
Jonah Bach with the miss. Up front. Inside the three-point line, they now have it. This is Rose raising up. Back edge, no good. The rebound is ripped down by Westminster's Josh Hutcherson. Here come the Titans. Underneath, it's off the backboard. Cleaned up. Stuck in by James.
Tyler James did a great job running the floor. He had beaten the whole Wolverines defense down the floor. He got the easy opportunity. Although the pass wasn't clean to him, he was able to clean it up and finish it.
We're tied at 4 in the first half. Ball in the hands of John Ward. Now here's John Weir. This is Rose off the rim. No good. Another board torn down by Josh Hutcherson. Off the dribble. Scooping it up. Reese Leon somehow, some way. He put it in.
Great ball fake by Leon. Got the defender in the air and was able to go up and under him.
Right of the lane. Into the hands of Ward. Jump hook up. It's short. And off the miss. Rebound to Westminster's Anthony Ritter. Ahead to Daniel Ritter. Here's Leon for 3. Back edge, no good. And the rebound taken down by Grove City as it is tapped to Rose. Rose up ahead to Ward. Low block underneath Weir. Weir fought it up, no good. Out of bounds, it'll stay here with 16:40 left and 20 on the shot clock.
And get ready, Chad. You're going to have a whole nother group of subs coming back in for the Wolverines.
Well, they don't dilly-dally to get into the game. They take their spot at the scorer's table and race in, so they're not wasting a whole lot of time. And that one is up and in, off the window from Elijah White.
Great out-of-bounds play. Great cut. They got the screen, got the back door, dive into the hole.
Tyler James, cut off, left low block, and it is going to be off Grove City. Out of bounds.
See the pace the two teams want to play at, too. They want to get up and down the floor. They don't want to stay in the half court. They want to push the ball. They want to get down. They want to get easy buckets, easy opportunities. First good look they're going to get, they're going to take it.
Anthony Ritter. They have it outside to Leon for 3. Got it! Leon, the sharpshooter from West Branch High School, gives Westminster a 9-6 lead.
And Leon's already off to a quick start with 5 early points.
Over to the right side, it's Kano. Into the hands of Wiseman underneath. Wiseman puts it up and in.
And one thing, too, about this hockey style sub, you better make the most of your minutes when you're out there, because if you don't do much, the next buzzer, you're coming out.
Ritter has his shot rejected. Good interior defense by Grove City.
Well, that's
underneath.
a great pass.
Ball is out of bounds. And here we go. 5 new players into the ball game for Grove City.
Well, they're going to keep you on your toes here. Play-by-play guy, you're going to have to know who's in the whole time. I have it a little easier.
We got a nice little bird's eye view from up top, so we'll keep it under control, I hope. Reese Leon has it outside the 3-point line for Westminster. Leon out front to Hutcherson. Couple of dribbles. Outside of Ritter. Back to Leon. Leon feeds it underneath to Drew Clark.
See how smart Reese Leon was right there, too. Saves the possession. He had to establish himself back in bounds before he could touch the basketball. Then when he did get the basketball, he realized the shot clock was dwindling down and got a good look at it. Just didn't knock it in.
So the ball goes back to Grove City. We're inside of 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Over the time stripe into the forecourt. Ball in the hands of Ben Rose, the leading scorer for the Wolverines. Brown back to Rose. Up at the top of the key. Back to Rose. Baseline jumper is perfect.
You can see how he's the leading scorer of this team. That's a good stroke. There wasn't much time to get that ball. As soon as he caught it, he turned and fired.
Shot was blocked, but Hutcherson was able to draw the contact and the foul.
You have a lot of local flavor, but Hutcherson playing at Uniontown Lakes, one of those guys in the Federal League that used to play the Boardmans, the Fitches, and around locally too. So he's been around this area as well.
So Hutcherson is a 60.5% free throw shooter. He's averaging just over 9 points per game. And we're tied at 10. Hutcherson just does a really good job in the post inside. They call him a grinder. Really physical, really tough player. And he puts the free throw up and in. Back to the bench goes Westminster head coach Kevin Soroki, and we'll see Jordan Zupko, a product of Mineral Ridge High School.
And is a great defender.
Here come the Wolverines. Rose is rejected. Ahead of the pack and losing the handle as Westminster's Anthony Ritter got a little ahead of himself with 3 Wolverines surrounding him. And it's off Grove City, and it will stick with Westminster. Ball is into Ritter, who hands it off to Reese Leon. Closing in on the 14-minute mark. Reese Leon up at the top of the key, crosses over. Leon spins, feeds it back to Ritter. 3 ball in the air, right there.
Ritter has his feet set. That's almost automatic. And again, it's Leon with the great penetration and find.
Rose picks up his dribble, works it over to McRae. McRae looking underneath for Rose. Rose cross-court toss. White triggers, misses off the rim. Rose cleans it up and put it in.
Another offensive rebound for Grove City. They've been doing a great job on the glass, specifically at the offensive end.
Reese Leon up at the top of the key, swings it over to Ritter for 3. He's got another.
Spacing too offensively for the Titans. So good.
5-point lead for Westminster as we're now down approaching the 13-minute mark. Ball in the hands of White. They now work it back to Ben Rose, near side. Robinson for 3, no good. Zupko comes up with the rebound, and the ball is poked right towards that baseline, but it's a pinball into the hands of Rose of Grove City. Rose to the line, Rose to the lane, is cut off, and he walked with a basketball. And with 12:49 left to play here in the first half, we will take timeout. We'll bring you back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
WYTV.com, your home for community news.
Right now, we have the absolute best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs at the Stadium Pre-Owned Superstore. Our lot is stocked with all makes and models of the pickup trucks you're looking for. And if you want an SUV, we've got a Terrain, Trax, Equinox, or Encore at the lowest prices anywhere. If you want to shop online, log on to StadiumGM.com to see our great selection and even fill out your credit app. And don't forget, we will buy your lease car and you can make thousands from it. All at the store. That always gives you more. The Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore in Salem.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
Getting ready for a high school basketball game? Coca's Pizza's got you covered before and after the game. Call any location for pickup and delivery. Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Basketball action being streamed live at WKBN.com. Download the WKBN app to watch our games all season long. You'll also find scores, stories, highlights, and a lot more. Download the WKBN mobile app today. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hammerton with you. Westminster with the lead and the ball. 5-point edge for the Titans. Westminster looking for more. Reese Leone swings it over to Clark. Inside, off the glass. Hutcherson isn't able to stick it in, but he'll shoot a couple. Looks like Russ Gump picks up the personal. That'll be his first and the second team foul.
Yeah, if Gump would have just held his ground there, I think he could have got a charge there. But because he turned his body, that's what causes that foul. One thing with the way the Grove City subs, I don't think foul trouble is going to be a problem for the Wolverines at all.
So we're down to 12:34 left to play in the first half. And the second free throw is no good. Ball is loose, but it is tracked down by Jonah Bach. Inside the three-point line, Weir triggers and misses. Zupko with the rebound for Westminster. Here comes Reese Leone quickly up the floor. Leone looking low post for Hutcherson. Hutcherson backing in. Has it over to Ritter. Ritter raises up. It's an air ball. It barely did skim the iron. In any event, Grove City comes down to the rebound. Yarborough controlling things at the point for the moment. Onto the right side, Wiseman fires and hits the long two.
Yeah, just like in the girls' game, Grove City's going to have to knock those three-pointers down. They've started a little cold, but their offensive rebounding has kept them in. If the Wolverines can knock those shots down, it's going to have to change what Westminster does a little defensively.
18-14 is our score. Reese Leone, lightning quick, bounce pass underneath. He's looking for Hutcherson, put on a little bit too good of a move. Faked his own teammate out, and it's a turnover that will go right back to Grove City. And 5 new players in red check in.
Reese Leone may have turned the ball over there, but he's a really good point guard. He's created a lot of, with the spacing and penetrating, he's created a lot of easy opportunities for his teammates.
Outside the three-point line. Off the dribble, this is Rose. Rose flips it up and in.
You know, they sub a lot of guys in and out, but one guy who seems to stay on the floor a lot is Rose. He has 8 points already, I believe, for the Wolverines, keeping them right in striking distance of the Titans.
18-16 is their score. Ritter picks up his dribble, back to Reese Leone, who goes off the dribble. He fires off the back of the rim, no good, and boy, there's some undercutting happening underneath by Grove City.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Elijah White. And a lot
That's
of times,
a dangerous play.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of times you're boxing out. But when a guy leaves his feet, you feel that as a defender. Yeah, when he leaves his feet and you go low like that and undercut, they're going to get that as a foul all the time. You called it. That is a dangerous play.
Hutchison tracks down the ball. Have it over to Zupko on the left wing. Up front it is Ritter. Ritter inside the three-point line, hands it off to Tyler James. James spinning free right of the lane. Fadeaway shot. Off the rim, no good. The rebound down to Joshua McCray, ahead to Rose for Grove City.
It's a good defensive set there by the Wolverines. That's a tough shot there by Tyler James that they forced him to take.
Onto the wing, this is Luka Robinson. They work it over to Ward. Ward looks things over into the paint. Ward spinning in traffic, scoops it up with the left hand. It's off the mark. And there's a whistle and a foul on Grove City.
I think that foul is going to be on Luka Robinson.
You are exactly on the point. Second foul on Luka Robinson. So the team foul situation is this. Grove City with 4. And Westminster with 1.
And unlike the girls' game, once you hit 5, because we're not playing quarters, there's no 2-shot foul. It's normal. Once you get to 7, will be the 1-1, then 10 will be 2.
Ritter for 3, off the rim, no good. Look at Zupko, great hustle. And the former Mineral Ridge Ram getting it done. Out to Ritter. Ritter, fancy footwork. He puts it up, shot was rejected. And Grove City comes up with it. Here come the Wolverines. This is Rose outside the three-point line. Rose up at the top of the key. Here's McCray. Ball to White. Whistle off the ball and a foul.
Yeah, they might get Anthony Ritter here on the cut. Yeah, Grove City guy, you had to cut off the screen, and then Ritter just got embodied him up. That's his first foul.
9:35 left until halftime. It's been a back and forth affair, 18-16. Westminster up by 2. Ball is into Rose. He wanted to take a quick trigger. He will now fire and knocks down another.
Cannot leave Ben Rose as he comes off that screen. He's going to look to shoot when he comes off of there.
So too is Ritter. He's off the mark. The rebound to Luka Robinson, and Robinson was tied up for a split second, and then he couldn't keep his balance and stepped on the baseline and is out of bounds.
If you're Grove City here, you got to watch the lob. Tyler James is in here. He's going to ask for the ball up top. It's good defense there by the Wolverines.
This is Drew Clark. Over to Leone on the wing. Leone slices, raises up. A little bit too strong. Rebound fought for. Picked up by Ritter. He scoops it up. He wanted to foul. He ends up with it again. He spins and fires and hits.
And Ritter working hard on the offensive glass. Thought he got fouled the first time. Stuck with it, though. Didn't look to the referee. Got the next rebound and went up and finished strong.
20-18 is our score in favor of Westminster. Up at the top of the key, ball in the hands of Gump. They now work it over to the right side. This is Weir. He triggers. It's an air ball. It's out of bounds. And we'll go back to Westminster.
The one thing about these subs, these hockey subs, I question, is it kind of scripted? Do the guys know when they go? It seems like they just know exactly when to get off the bench, walk to the scorer's table, who they're getting every time. I don't really see many coaches turning and saying, go, go, go.
Reese Leone. They feed it into the corner. Ritter for 3. It's off the mark. No good. And skying for the rebound, it's Jonah Bach up across the time stripe into the forecourt. Yarborough. Bounce pass underneath. Backing his way in. This is Gump. Puts it up and in.
Nice left hand by Gump, too. Looked like he was a little stuck there and then spun and had the left hand and was able to finish.
Over to Ritter off the dribble. Ritter up to the top of the key. They have Leone. Back to Daniel Ritter. Free throw line James. James spinning up, under. Puts it up short. Good defense on the interior. Rebound to John Ward. Here comes Grove City. This is Ward. Bounce pass right near the elbow. In traffic, Kano fires and misses. James comes down with the rebound. Reese Leon controlling things. Tremendous speed underneath. Clark back to James. Puts it up and in.
Great cut by James. James works hard in that paint area. He's always moving without the basketball.
22-20 is our score. Grove City ball. This is Kano working it over to Ward. In traffic. There's a turnover. Anthony Ritter ended up with it, and there was a foul called on Grove City. I think they just got John Ward.
They did get John Ward, but that's not a terrible foul. That was a run out by Ritter right there. That's Ward's first 15 foul of the half, but if he doesn't get in front of him there, Ritter finishes with an easy one.
And so here we go. Ball in the hands of Ritter. Around to the near side it is Leon. Leon crosses over. He raises up that one offline. And the rebound comes down to Grove City's Joshua McCray.
They're going to get Andrew Clark there with the foul. It's one of those tough fouls, too. Just to reach in so far away from the hoop. You really don't want to pick that one up.
They're supposed to have a timeout at this point, but I'm not sure why it didn't take place. Over the time stripe into the forecourt. Grove City has it. Ben Rose back around to the right side. They hand it off to Elijah White. Top of the key, McCray tracks it down. And McCray is defended well by Ritter. Bouncing it to the elbow. This is Rose. Rose in traffic. Feeds it to nobody. Out of bounds.
It's way better defense here by the Titans.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Local obituaries and calling hours at myvalleytributes.com.
Sweeney is your General Motors lease return headquarters. No matter where you bought your GM vehicle, we accept all Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC lease returns. Free of judgment, free of hassle, with no questions asked. Safely and securely. Now it's even better. If we buy your car, we'll cut you a check for $2,000 whether you purchased it at Sweeney or not. Plus, we'll waive your disposition fee. Click SweeneyCars.com or stop by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC on Market Street in Boardman.
Sweeney.
We are Venture Salem. We produce the fascias, trim elements, and interior plastic components used on millions of cars today. We are a great place to start building a career from the ground up as a light industrial laborer, robotics operator, team leader, and more. Begin your career with Venture Salem. Apply today at jobs.ventura.com. Venture Salem, where careers are built.
Good luck to both teams tonight from America's Wholesale Outlet. You'll never know what you'll find at America's Wholesale Outlet, South Avenue, next to the Amish Market.
When you love what you do, they say it doesn't feel like work. And to me, journalism isn't work. It's my passion. I'm just Aaron, and I believe in this valley.
Breaking news can happen at any moment. That's why you can count on us. We update you on the go. Download the 33 WYTV News app today.
Joshua McCray to the scores table on time. So he now has to, he thought he was in the game. He has to now stay for the next dead ball.
So Westminster up 22-20. Reese Leon brings it across the time stripe. Takes it around to the left side. Reese Leon over to Ritter. Anthony Ritter, one dribble, pitches to James. James fires and hits.
And again, James working without the basketball and getting the ball too deep inside the paint. He catches it there. He's just going to square and face. He's going to knock that shot down all night long.
Josh Brown's pass is knocked out of bounds, but it's off Westminster. It'll stay right here.
Now, one thing I was noticing, too, and I talked to you when we were a little off air, was I looked at the schedule Westminster played, and I remembered they played YSU earlier in the season.
They did.
So they're battle-tested. Those are the types of games you play early in the year, so when you get in conference now, you know, you've been challenged by the big boys.
Rose has the ball. Underneath to Ward. Into the hands of Luka Robinson. Here's Elijah White. To Rose. Shot clock down to 5. Here's White. He knocks it in. (24-22) is our score. Anthony Ritter has it over to Leon. Into the corner. 3-ball. Up and good for the new fella, Skylar Thomas.
Ball movement was really good. Spacing was perfect for Westminster. And when the ball moves that quickly, it's hard to defend in the half-court set when you're always rotating.
Skylar Thomas just transferred in. Got all the paperwork worked out and is in his first game here tonight out of Kennedy Catholic High School. Underneath, left of the lane, spinning shot is up. It is no good. Off the fingertips of McCray, and Westminster comes up with it ahead of the pack. Ritter to the line, to the lane, jump stop, put it up and in.
Love the fundamental ball fake. The run out was great, but the finish was even better.
Big first half for Anthony Ritter. And it's 29-22. Ritter with 10 points. Bounce pass underneath. To the free throw line, it is Rose. Now here is McCray. McCray goes off the dribble, loses his footing off the bottom of the backboard. The ball is out of bounds, but it's going to stay right here. 5 new Wolverines race onto the floor, and the other 5 head off. And a timeout has been called by Grove City. I wasn't sure if they were going to be granted that timeout, but they were. But as we take a look inside the huddle of this Grove City team, here you see Westminster, but the Grove City squad, I alluded to it early on. And again, congratulations to Steve Lammy. 320 career victories, a 24th year head coach. Sole possession of first place on Grove City's career wins list. And I had a chance to catch up with him yesterday, and we talked about, you know, what it means to him and all the rest, that milestone. And he said, look, the important thing is there's only 2 head coaches at Grove City College in the last 50 years. John Barr, whose record was broken. He played for Coach Barr, coached under him. And he said, that's really kind of neat. And he said afterwards he got a Skype call and talked with some of his old teammates and friends about the milestone. Pretty neat. It is, and consistency too. If you can stay at a program for a long time and then replace the guy who's been there for a long time, that's great for the players, that's great for your school, and that's just, you know, it's just great for the team. And the foul is drawn by Chase Yarbrough. And again, that's Grove City working the offensive glass. First time doesn't go in. They're always banging those boards, giving themselves second and third opportunities. Reese Leon picks up the personal, so to the free throw line will step Chase Yarbrough, a 73% free throw shooter. Yarbrough misses the second one as well. The ball is out of bounds, and it goes back to Westminster with 4:07 left until halftime. And that was the story in our first game, too. Difference of the game was knocking down free throws. Westminster's girls, way better free throw shooting than Grove City's. And in this game, it started out similar. Grove City, a little tough stretch from the free throw line to start. In traffic, James puts it up too strong. And off the miss, Grove City comes down with the rebound. Yarbrough, top of the key. Onto the wing. Here's Bach. Left of the lane. This is Gump. High pass tracked down by Bach. Bach cut off at the baseline. Gump. Shot clock now down to 11. Here's Kano. Ball is poked free. He gobbles it back up. Shot clock to 5. Off the dribble comes Wiseman. His shot is blocked. Good defense that entire possession by that Westminster Titan group. Here's James. That was a wonderful defensive set by the Titans right there. Into the corner. It is Ritter. I think he stepped on the sideline. They didn't get him with a travel there. I think his foot was on that sideline. Seen that called a couple of times here in both the women's game and the men's game as well. We'll see if we can see it. Yep, looks like that right heel of his. On the far sideline, back to Grove City. 29-22, ball in the hands of Rose. Rose faces up and he triggers, and man, you can't find a prettier looking shot than that of Ben Rose, a senior out of Alabama. And off that miss. Again, the shot was contested well by Grove City, and the ball is in the hands of Rose again.
I wouldn't let him get him back if I'm Westminster.
Elijah White off the mark. Off the miss, rebound to Daniel Ritter. Here's Tyler James. James cut off at the elbow, right of the lane. Top of the key, Leon for three. Got it! (32-24) is our score. Inside the three-point line, ball is in the hands of McCray. He's defended by Skylar Thomas. From the elbow, this is White. Now Rose. Underneath, Brown put it in.
Ben Rose makes a lot happen, even if he isn't scoring. He came off that screen, he faced up. Everyone thinks he's going to shoot that basketball. He rose, and then great bounce pass, or great pass to the post, where they were able to finish with the layup.
32-26, Westminster up by 6. 18 on the shot clock. Daniel Ritter has the basketball. Ritter to the near side, Leon. Back out front to Ritter. Underneath, terrific look. Hutchison puts it in.
That's that high-low game. Kansas Jayhawks used to run that all the time with their two bigs. You go high-low with them, it's really difficult to defend.
And it is 34-26. Wholesale substitutions again in a 34-26 game. Ball is in the hands of Ben Rose. So we approach the final minute of the first half. On the right side, shot clock down to 5. Off the dribble comes Rose. He raises up and skims the net. Rebound Skylar Thomas for Westminster. And the former Kennedy Catholic standout who just transferred in. Whips it back up to Reese Leon for 3. That one off the back edge, no good. And the ball bounds the opposite direction to Rose.
You see how how Westminster's defending Rose now. They're putting a taller player on him. They're putting Ritter on him, making every shot a little difficult, trying to contest it. But even with Andrew Clark on him there, he still finds a way to score.
And it's 34-28. 14 for Ben Rose. Just a slight differential between the shot and game clock. About a second or so. Daniel Ritter with the ball, handing it off to Reese Leon. 6 seconds, now 5 on the shot clock, and Reese Leon at the top of the key. Reese Leon penetrates, fade away, rainbow shot up, no good. And with that, the first half is in the books. I
think they're going to have to talk
shot
here.
Clock should have expired. They may put 1 second on the game clock. They're either going to put 1.2 or 2.1. I think it's 1.2 seconds. Let's see.
That's correct. Yeah, they're going to put 1.2 back on the clock. The half can't end with the shot clock violation when there was a difference.
And so it will be Grove City basketball. 1.2 seconds left.
We saw a half-court shot in that first game. I would not let Ben Rose get one dribble and a three at that hoop.
Jonah Bach has the ball into Rose, and Rose won't even attempt a shot. And with that, we have reached halftime here in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Game 2 of our doubleheader. It's been a good one as well. Here at halftime, it is Westminster 34, Grove City 28. Our halftime festivities will commence when we come back. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
It's a show you don't want to miss. The toughest monster truck tour brings all the action back to the Valley. 33 WYTV wants to make sure you're front and center with the best seats in the house. Enter now to win tickets to see all the excitement from a suite. Plus, we'll get you up close to all the trucks with pit passes. Go to WYTV.com and click on Contest to enter. Coca's Pizza presents the toughest monster truck tour, February 4th and 5th at Go Valley Center.
It's how we start our day on 33 News Daybreak. Honoring our country. And saying the Pledge of Allegiance with local schools.
Wake up with us weekday mornings as we partner with classes around the Valley to say the pledge.
Check out all the pledges and sign up to do one at WYTV.com under the Community tab.
Join us for the pledge every morning.
Right here on 33 News Daybreak.
Sponsored by the Hometown Pharmacy, part of the neighborhood.
When you love what you do, they say it doesn't feel like work. And to me, journalism isn't work. It's my passion. I'm just Aaron, and I believe in this valley.
Local obituaries and calling hours at myvalleytributes.com.
Ryan Halicki, 33 WYTV Pinpoint Weather.
For the best pizza downtown, visit Avalon Downtown Pizzeria. Dine-in and take-out is available, and delivery is offered for local businesses. Visit our website for new store hours. Call to place your order. Avalon Downtown Pizzeria on Federal Street.
Opioid use disorder is an epidemic. Like COVID-19, it's impacted many lives in the African American and Hispanic Latino American communities. Fortunately, there's help. Assessment by a certified treatment organization can determine the most effective treatment option. There are many excellent programs in our community that can successfully treat this problem, and Youngstown UMADOP can refer you to local providers that treat substance use disorders. Call 330-743-2772 for more information.
Why did I choose Westminster College? Because real experiences lead to real success.
If you haven't been to Sheely's lately, then you haven't been to Sheely's. Our newly remodeled mattress gallery offers a selection of over 50 beds from top manufacturers, including Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons, iComfort, White Dove, and more. Let us help you get your best night's sleep with our adjustable bases, pillows, mattress protectors, and more. At Sheely's, we offer a custom sleep solution with our body imaging technology. Plus, 24-month special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Hi folks, Steve Bott from Mark Thomas Ford. I hope you're enjoying tonight's game. Stop out and see us for any of your automotive needs. We're 2 miles north of the Route 82 bypass on Elmwood in Cortland, Ohio.
For the best pizza downtown, visit Avalon Downtown Pizzeria. Dine-in and take-out is available, and delivery is offered for local businesses. Visit our website for new store hours. Call to place your order. Avalon Downtown Pizzeria on Federal Street.
Ball. Game of the week.
Len Rome and Jim Lowboy, 33 WYTV News Daybreak.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
At Trumbull County Children's Services, we are in need of loving foster families to provide care for our children during their most vulnerable moments. We need families for children of all ages, but especially families to care for our older children as well as our sibling groups. We pride ourselves in providing support to our foster families. Let us support you while you support our children. If you are interested in becoming a foster family, call 330-372-2010.
Throughout this COVID pandemic, many people have felt more anxiety than ever before. At Churchill Counseling, we're here to help. We continue to offer all of our counseling and psychiatric services both in person and through telehealth. Your mental health and wellness continues to be our priority. We work with individuals, couples, and families with locations in Canfield and Liberty. To learn more about the services we provide, visit churchillcounseling.com. When it's time to take back your life, call Churchill Counseling.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
We'd love to have you come into our showroom to see the latest in carpet and all styles of flooring. Style, selection, savings, Satoli. SatoliCarpet.com.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
And welcome back to Buzz Riddle Gymnasium. We're here at halftime. It is Westminster with a 34-28 lead over rival Grove City in President's Athletic Conference men's action. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krispinski alongside Jeff Hamilton. Our halftime report is brought to you by Mahoning County Career and Technical Center and Church Hill Counseling. Let's take a look at the team numbers from that first half of play. What do you like so far, Jeff?
Well, first thing I like is if you're Westminster, you have to like getting to the free throw line and knocking down 75% of those. You also have to like how you're shooting and how you're defending. Right now, Grove City hasn't made any three-pointers, so that they're shooting 0% from there. Turnovers, both teams are playing a pretty clean game, which you and I have talked. We like the pace of this game. We like the way it's going. It's not sloppy at all. Only 7 combined turnovers in the first half. I think both coaches will really be happy with that.
Yeah, very good pace, very smooth style of play for both the Wolverines and the Titans. We mentioned off the top all of the local ties and connections for this Westminster team, and the Ritter boys getting it done. And off the glass, that one is nicely put in by Hutcherson. Off the window for the easy 2. As we take a look at our miscellaneous numbers, Grove City with a 4-rebound edge over Westminster here in that first half of play.
And that was the key to the game for both of these teams, winning the battle of the glass. What's kept Grove City into the game has been their offensive rebounds. Just the first 2 possessions of the game, they had 4 offensive rebounds right there. Defensively, though, if you're Westminster, you have to love the fact that you have 9 steals in the first half already.
And as we take a look at our leading scorers, Anthony Ritter with 10 points, Ben Rose with 14 points. Anything Rose has thrown up has seemingly gone in. So it all adds up to a 34-28 Westminster lead over Grove City. We'll take another timeout and bring you back to New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Following these words, you're watching live coverage of the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Aaron Dean, weeknights on 33 WYTV News.
At BIOS Wellness Urgent Care in Youngstown, we offer more than you could expect from an urgent care center. We provide physical health, sports, and pre-employment physicals, as well as treating urgent mental health, substance abuse issues, and performing autism testing. Our registration is almost completely contactless. We provide rapid and antibody COVID-19 testing. Now is the time to get your rapid PCR test for those traveling out of the country with proof of travel and an appointment. Fast and friendly service for all of your health needs. Visit BIOS Wellness Urgent Care.
Winter is coming, and the Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore has a safe-to-go-in-the-snow vehicle for everyone at the best prices in the Valley. For families, we've got excellent pre-owned SUVs like Terrains, Equinoxes, Encores, and Trax. For truck buyers, we've got plenty of 2-wheel drives, 4-wheel drives, and tough Super Duties. And for the luxury buyer, we've got the area's best selection of pre-owned Cadillacs you'll find. So log on to StadiumGM.com to see our great selection and even fill out a credit app. All at the store, where Zero Down delivers every day. The Stadium GM Pre-Owned Superstore in Salem.
Are you tired of your bank caring more about taking your money than about you? At ASECU, we're open to the community and proud to be one of the last locally owned and operated financial institutions in the Valley. Want to keep your money local and save hundreds on your home or auto loan? It's time to make the move to ASECU, where people, not profit, has always been our first priority. Stop in today and experience the credit union difference. ASECU, a service everyone can use.
Why did I choose Westminster College? experiences lead to real success.
Breaking news can happen at any moment. That's why you can count on us. We update you on the go. Download the 33 WYTV News app today.
And welcome back here to the campus of Westminster College. Here at halftime, it is Westminster 34 and Grove City 28. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krasinski alongside Jeff Hammerton as we get you set for the second half. It's been hotly contested from both sides. Westminster with this lead. But you and I were talking during the break about how much we really like what this Ben Rose young man has done for Grove City. What do you like most about his game and what he's done, especially in this first half?
Well, you can see the multiple ways that he scores. Catches the ball here with his back facing the hoop, just squares up, has the taller defender on him, but if you give him a little space or a little step, he's going to take that jump shot right over top of you. He's scored coming off the dribble, he's scored coming off screens. His very good moves, he finds ways to get his points.
So 34-28 is our score, and I have to say it's quite an interesting experience with so many local players on the floor. Of course, had the chance to call many of their games in the high school ranks on our high school basketball game of the week. So many of those epic battles involving the South Ranges and the West Branches and all those types of teams. And now to see all of those local players coming together, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and here's one of your West Branch guys that you're talking about right now. Reese Leone started out red hot, knocked down a three-pointer to start this game, also got a bucket on the inside going to the hoop. But you're right. It's almost like Westminster does a really conscious effort to go out and get those local guys. Because you look down this roster, you have South Range, you have Warren JFK, you have West Branch, you just have Mineral Ridge, you've got Kennedy Catholic. It's just sprinkled with guys who have played in the local area.
And make no mistake about it, Westminster head coach Kevin Soroki, when I asked him about that, I said, look, it's so many players that we're so familiar with. We've seen play in the past coming up through the ranks, and he said, quite simply, Mahoning Valley recruits are a definite priority. It's showing, and it's paying off for him here with the Titans.
Yeah, and those are the guys. It's just filling a roster. These are their key players.
Yeah.
You have Reese Leone out there running the point for you. You have the Ritter guy. You have the Ritter twins out there scoring for you. Your leading scorers, Anthony Ritter, coming in with almost 18 points a game. You have Tyler James from Warren JFK. What a job he does moving without the basketball and scoring in the paint. These local guys aren't just on the team; they're key contributors.
And they're making the most of their opportunities here at Westminster. I mentioned having seen them play on our high school basketball game of the week. Speaking of the high school basketball game of the week, tomorrow night we're heading to Trumbull County. We'll be at Howland High School as the Tigers welcome Cardinal Mooney to town in boys high school action. You can see Howland battle Cardinal Mooney live Friday night at 7 o'clock on MyYTV, and as always, stream live on the WKBN app.
Well, that should be a great game tomorrow night. I've seen both of those teams play live. The one thing I really think our viewers are going to be impressed with is the defensive end. Cardinal Mooney, I played Boardman the other night, and I was at that game, and they really played hard on the defensive end. Boardman came out victorious, but they work hard on that end of the floor, and they're going to have their hands full with players like Masucci for the Howland Tigers.
And as far as looking what lies ahead for these two teams, as we're just about ready for the third quarter, Westminster, a couple of road games back to back.
Yeah, and these are big games. You're jockeying for position in the President's Athletic Conference. You're in second place right now. You're going on the road. Anytime you go on the road in conference, those games just become more and more important. And if you can steal a couple games on the road, that's how you vault yourself to the top of the standings.
On the other end, for Grove City, they will have one more road game away at Waynesburg and then a couple of home games. And so, again, we're hitting that point in time in the calendar and in the schedule where you want to be playing your best basketball at just the right time. Coach Lammy looking for his team to peak. Of course, the winningest coach in program history. He reached that with a victory back on Tuesday night. Now, this doubleheader that we're bringing you tonight was supposed to be played last night, and of course, everybody's aware of the weather situation that we had throughout the entire area in Ohio and western Pennsylvania. And so this game had to be bumped back a day because Monday's game was bumped to Tuesday. So we're here. We saw a good first half. We're expecting something special here in the second half of play as well. So Westminster opens things up with the ball, and here we go. Ball in the hands of Daniel Ritter. Ritter back outside. They swing it over to Tyler James. James into the paint. Floater up and good.
And just like we talked about at halftime, when Tyler James gets the ball in the paint, it's too late. He's going to score there all night long.
36-28 is our score. Ball in the hands of Rose. Rose brings it to the right side and hands it off to Elijah White. This is Josh Brown, who has the ball back. Back to Rose. Rose feeds it right of the lane. Spinning shot is up and good for White. 36-30 is our score. Just underway here in the second half. Skip pass over to Ritter. Firing three ball. Got it!
That skip pass has been effective for the Titans all evening long. Ritter gets himself set out there on the baseline, and they come in there and help side at that point. So when the skip pass comes, it beats the help, and they can't get there in time, and Ritter will knock that shot down.
So a timeout has been taken. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. And boy, that's a pretty looking stroke, and didn't touch the rim whatsoever.
Now, when he has his feet set, he's knocking that shot down. And I think that's what Coach Lammy's going to talk about right now. Make sure we know who the shooters are. Let's identify the shooters and make sure they're not getting clean looks like that.
The area's best basketball players are part of WKBN Starting Five. It's sponsored by ASECU. Go to WKBN.com and click on sports. See the top high school basketball players from the Valley. Plenty of local talent on hand here tonight. We're thrilled to bring this to you live with the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week. This has been a lot of fun here tonight. Ben Rose with the ball for Grove City. And he gets it back up at the top of the key. This is White. White swings it over to Robinson. Luka Robinson to Rose in the paint. Puts it in.
Who else but Ben Rose? He's 8 of 12 from the field in this game. 16 points, leading the Wolverines in scoring.
39-32. Here's Leon giving to Daniel Ritter. Ritter to the near side. Leon for three. Off the rim, no good. Here come the Wolverines. It is Rose. Rose looking low post. White backing down on James. White too strong. And Hutchison comes down with the rebound. Quickly ahead up to Ritter. Tyler James hit the deck. Ritter gives to Daniel Ritter, that is. And off the miss, the rebound to Luka Robinson, ahead to Ben Rose.
And this is the pace that I think Westminster wants to play at. They want to get and score like we talked about up near the 80-point total. They want to go up and down the floor.
Underneath, right low block, backing in is White, changes hands, and it falls in.
And you called it, changing hands. That's the second or third time tonight. He's looked with the right hand, finished with the left hand.
So Reese Leon around a screen. Leon back around to the right side. Whips it over to Ritter underneath. Hutchison tracks down the ball. And he now backs in. It's an offensive foul. You saw it a mile away.
You saw that one coming. There's a couple in the first half, too, where if the Grove City defender would have kept his ground, I thought they could have got charges there as well. You could see that Luka Robinson was set. He was waiting for him. And there's also sometimes, too, when the big bodies are coming downhill and a guard is down there holding their ground, exaggerate that getting knocked down a little bit, forces the ref's hand, too.
A little acting, perhaps, to make it even a little bit worse than what it was. In any event, that's the call. 39-34. It's a good one. 16:54 left. Here's Gump. Wolverines swing it around now left of the lane. Kano, fadeaway shot, skims the rim off the miss. Hutcherson comes down with the rebound. Ahead to Ritter on the left wing. This is Daniel Ritter now off the dribble. Puts it up and in.
How good are those skip passes, too, by the Titans? It just distorts the defense enough. When the help's over, you can kick that skip pass, creates so much offense for you.
Nearly a turnover from the left side. 3 ball perfect. Stroked in by Jonah Bach. 41-37. This one's still hanging in the balance underneath Hutchison. They feed it to Leon. Oh, he's so quick. Ritter firing 3 ball. He's got another.
That's his 4th three-pointer tonight.
44-37. Every time Grove City gets a little bit close, a big shot, typically from deep, is what follows from Westminster. Whoever knocks it in. Off the dribble, it's Bach. That ball pinballs into the hands of Yarborough, who puts it in and is able to draw the contact and the foul.
And that's going to be on Hutcherson. That should be, he picked up 2 quick ones there.
So that is indeed number 2. So the team foul situation, just 2 on Westminster. Yarborough is a freshman out of Warwick High School. 73% free throw shooter. 3rd on the team in assists. Has played in all 12 games. He's averaging 3.5 points per contest. Yarborough puts it in. It's 44-38.
That's Grove City's first free throw that they made tonight. They're 0 for 3 before that attempt. At 2, if you're the Grove City coaching staff, you got to find a way to get yourself to the line more. Attack the rim, get fouled.
44-38. That pass knocked away, and it's taken away by Grove City's Joshua McCray. Now into the hands of Ben Rose. Rose hands it off to Shudell. Left low block in traffic. Fadeaway shot way off the mark. Ritter working hard for the rebound, and that ball is out of bounds, and it will go to Westminster.
Grove City again working hard on that offensive glass. Ritter did a nice job of shielding off his defender. Forced that out of bounds by going after the basketball.
So Leon brings it across the time stripe into the forecourt. He has it outside the 3-point line. Over to Ritter. Anthony Ritter feeds it inside. Tyler James in traffic. Ball trickles out of bounds, but it stays here with 11 on the shot clock. So Leon to trigger it in for Westminster. And it's into Ritter. Shot clock down to 8. Ritter loses the handle, picks it back up. Ritter goes off the dribble, spinning in the paint, and his pocket picked. Here comes Grove City. Ward feeds it underneath, and the ball is stripped free from Luka Robinson and out of bounds.
Ooh, a lot of contact at both ends right there. Ritter was looking to the foul at one end. Robinson wanted the foul at the other end. I think Grove City's lucky to keep the ball here at this side, too. It looked like it hit Robinson's knee before it went out of bounds.
And it's an errant pass. It is out of bounds. And we'll go back to Westminster.
Yeah, and they're going to have to inbound the basketball back where Grove City inbounded it at, because the ball was never touched by a player on the floor.
So this ball game's still hanging in the balance in a big way. 44-38. Ritter has his pass knocked away, but he gobbles it back up. Zupko nearly walked. Shot clock down to 6 and now 5. Leone looking for a screen. Leone puts it high off the glass. It won't go. Follow won't go, but it's a shot clock violation. Andrew Clark gave it a heck of an effort. And with 13:57 left, we're supposed to have a timeout on the floor. That's what we have. 44-38. We'll bring you back after this on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Ryan Halicki, 33 WYTV Pinpoint Weather.
We are Venture Salem. We produce the fascias, trim elements, and interior plastic components used on millions of cars today. We are a great place to start building a career from the ground up as a light industrial laborer, robotics operator, team leader, and more. Begin your career with Venture Salem. Apply today at jobs.ventura.com. Venture Salem, where careers are built.
Sweeney is your General Motors lease return headquarters. No matter where you bought your GM vehicle, we accept all Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC lease returns. Free of judgment, free of hassle, with no questions asked. Safely and securely. Now it's even better. If we buy your car, we'll cut you a check for $2,000 whether you purchased it at Sweeney or not. Plus, we'll waive your disposition fee. Click SweeneyCars.com or stop by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC on Market Street in Boardman. Sweeney.
Getting ready for a high school basketball game? Coca's Pizza's got you covered before and after the game. Call any location for pickup and delivery. Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
13:57 left to play in the ball game. It's 44-38 Westminster leading Grove City. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hammerton with you. It's been really a back and forth game, and the big gun for Grove City is the young man with the ball in his hands, and that would be Ben Rose. He continues to pile up the point total.
And Westminster's putting a different guy on him all the time. They're gonna go with a guard sometime. They're gonna go with Reese Leone on him, and now they're gonna go with the big with Ritter on him.
Pretty looking scoop by Luka Robinson. And that cuts it to a 4-point ball game. Over the time stripe into the forecourt comes Reese Leone up at the top of the key. Around a screen from James. It's handed off to Ritter. Ritter crosses over into the paint. Ritter high off the glass. No good. Off the miss. Bodies flying every which way. There's a tie up. And
I think they're going to get a foul on Ritter.
I think they are. He jumped sort of over the back on the floor. There is a foul called. And it's going to be a Ritter.
The crowd's going to want a jump ball here, but when he did go over him, it did look like there was some contact. Here's a loose ball, and he went over top the back, and that's what's going to create the foul. That'll be Ritter's second foul. Third team foul on the Titans here in the second half.
44-40. Wolverines looking to cut into this even more. Up at the top of the key. This is Ward. Outside. 3 ball up and good for Jonah Bach. And it's a 1-point ball game.
And that's Jonah Bach's second 3-pointer of the half.
44-43. Ritter goes off the dribble. Faked the 3. Scooped it up. Falls, but it's not going to count. And it's a Grove City foul called on John Ward, his second.
Substitution for Westminster, number 32, Josh Hutchinson, and number 10, Skylar Thomas.
And so it will be Leone firing it in. This is Skylar Thomas. Shot was contested. He missed it with an air ball. It's out of bounds. And it will go back to Grove City. Wolverines with a chance to take the lead now.
And you feel like this whole game, Westminster's been in total control of the game, always having like a 6 to 8 point lead. And now here you have Grove City under 13 minutes to go with the chance to tie or take the lead.
Kano with a shot. It was rejected. Turned away by that interior defensive Westminster. This is Drew Clark. Over to Reese Leone. Have it over to Skylar Thomas for three. Back edge, no good. Off the miss, rebound, Ben Kano of Grove City. Wolverines trying to take the lead. Jonah Bach has his pocket picked.
Like to see Westminster here push the pace a little bit, try to get some easy opportunities.
Ritter.
That's exactly what Ritter did.
Able to draw the contact and the foul. I think they just got Ben Kano.
Grove City foul number 14, Ben Kano, his first, team's second. Daniel Ritter.
Ritter is an 80% free throw shooter. And Ritter, ready, aims, fires, good. Ritter makes it a 45-43 Westminster lead. 11:58 left in the ball game, and the second free throw follows the first one in, and it's 46-43. They'll lob it underneath, and the shot was rejected. And a foul is called. It was a little bit of a late whistle.
That's a tough call right there on Clark. See it here on the replay. It's a great move there by Elijah White, but then defensively, Clark's there. It looked like he got all ball on that one.
And the free throw falls off the rim. It's no good, off the fingertips of Elijah White.
And that's where the fans that are watching the game or out in the crowd will say, the ball doesn't lie. Everyone always likes to scream that one.
Elijah White, another one of those multi-sport athletes, also a pitcher for the Grove City College baseball team. 46-44 is their score. Westminster up by 2. Bounce pass underneath. Hutcherson is able to draw the contact and the foul. It's on the floor.
Oh, Hutcherson's not going to like that when he hears it's on the floor. He was going up when he was catching that basketball. Great ball movement there by the Titans.
First foul on Brown. Ball is into Drew Clark. Clark gives it back to Ritter, who raises up and knocks it in.
And this is what the Titans need. They need their leading scorer to start getting hot. Daniel Ritter comes in almost averaging 18 points per game for the Titans.
48-44 is our score. Up at the top of the key, it's Chudell. Here's Ben Rose. Rose scopes it up and in.
How many different ways can Rose score? Off the dribble.
He has 18 points. Hutcherson nearly got decapitated. His shot was rejected, and it is saved off of Hutcherson, or is it? Nope, they're going to say it's off Grove City.
And guess who's in the middle of all that defensively as well? It'll be Ben Rose down there working hard on the defensive end.
Man, he is just a gritty player. He's slippery. Ball is into Drew Clark, former Springfield Tiger. Drew Clark has 3 double-doubles this season, all of them in the last 3 games.
And Daniel Ritter's starting to catch fire now. Now he's becoming aggressive on the offensive end. First half, it was Anthony Ritter on the three-point arc, knocking down the threes. Now Daniel Ritter's decided to take the ball to the hole strong, get a couple fouls called on Grove City. When he gets to the free throw line, shooting 80%, it's almost automatic.
Those free throws up and good. 49-46. 50-46.
And Daniel Ritter now hits double digits. That's his 10th point of the game.
So we're just about halfway home here in the second half. Rose trots it across. He's defended there by Skylar Thomas. Rose around to the right side, loses the handle, gobbles it back up, and then he's out of bounds, perilously close to a walk. And it goes back to Westminster. So Grove City gets right teetering on getting control in some small way, and then Westminster gets a couple of stops. Now it's a 4-point lead. They're looking to increase this right now. Reese Leon for three. It's off the rim, no good. Hutcherson with the rebound. Out to Clark. Here's Leon. Fake the three, penetrates into the paint, scopes it up. It will not go. Circus shot wouldn't fall. And Rose with the rebound for Grove City College. Here comes Rose. And we have a whistle and I think a foul on Westminster off the ball. Let's see.
I think, yeah, they're going to get Hutcherson there. And that's going to be his third foul. He's picked up all three here fairly quickly.
Like arms were locked together. And that is indeed number 3 for Hutcherson. Off the glass and in for Robinson.
Great out-of-bounds play right there. Robinson with a little bit of height on Reese Leon was able to take advantage of it for an easy bucket out of the LB play.
Tyler James thought about the fadeaway jumper. Now it's Ritter off the dribble into the paint. Puts it up and in.
In the last 3 or 4 possessions, Daniel Ritter has really changed the offensive landscape for the Titans.
52-48 is our score. Ball trickles away, but it's gobbled up and controlled by Robinson. Here's Rose. Rose has it stripped free from his grasp as he tried a circus shot of his own.
And you notice the difference here what Westminster did. They put Skylar Thomas on him. Skylar Thomas, taller defender, quicker. And the last couple times Ben Rose has turned the corner, Thomas has been there to alter the shot.
Bach for 3. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball picked up, and it's put off the rim. It won't go, and Drew Clark comes down with the rebound. Up ahead to Daniel Ritter. Ritter has it on the right side. Anthony Ritter. Now here's Clark underneath towards Tyler James. He got whacked from behind by Josh Brown.
Team fouls on both sides are starting to pile up now. You have 5 team fouls for both teams.
And the ball is in to Drew Clark. And he's able to draw the contact and the foul. It'll be tagged to Ben Kano. So Drew Clark will step to the stripe. 68% free throw shooter. He's averaging just a hair under 9 points per game. Drew Clark, we saw him do it in the high school ranks. Coach Soroki called him just a stat sheet stuffer. Does a little bit of everything. He does everything really well. He missed the free throw, however, but it stays 53-48.
Even though Clark missed that free throw, Westminster's really getting it done from the line. They're 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 80%. Win a lot of basketball games just shooting 80% from the free throw line.
And it looks like they just got Anthony Ritter with the personal. That is going to be number 3 on Ritter. So the plot thickens as foul trouble is starting to materialize for Westminster.
Both sides really, Chad. Next foul by either side. We still have almost 9 minutes to go in the game. They'll be shooting 1-on-1s.
McRae has it onto the wing. Errant pass picked up by Skylar Thomas. Thomas will race it up ahead of the pack. Thomas has it on the right wing. Bounce pass underneath, looking for Tyler James. Ball out of bounds, and it stays right here with 8:40 left.
The Grove City here, you got to get matched up quick on this out-of-bounds play. Last out-of-bounds play Westminster had. Defenders were talking, the ball was in, snapped the pass to Drew Clark, and he was able to get to the free throw line.
There's a lot of contact there, and Clark got whacked. So that is going to be a foul on Ben Rose, number 2 on him. Back into the ball game is Reese Leon. Daniel Ritter will take a seat.
With that foul, Westminster will be shooting free throws the rest of this game.
So here is Clark. Ready, aims, fires, good. 54-48. We're down to 8:39 left in the ball game. And the second free throw a little bit short, and guess who ends up with it? Rose.
Look at the defense now. Skylar Thomas is up on him. And when he turns the corner, there's help just waiting.
Rose nearly had it poked free from his grasp. They swing it over to the wing. They're underneath, left low block. Here's Ward spinning, firing off the glass and good. And it's 54-50 as we approach the 8-minute mark. This one coming down to the wire as usual between the two. Leone over to Ritter. Ritter cross-court skip pass into the hands of Skylar Thomas. Thomas to the line, Thomas to the lane. James, Ritter, Leone, three ball, short, skimmed the rim. Off the miss, the rebound down to Elijah White. Ahead to Rose. Rose, cross-court toss. Onto the wing, it's McCray. To the top of the key, Shudell. Right near the elbow. Shot off the mark, and Leone with a rebound for Westminster. Under 7.5 to play in the paint. Tyler James is able to draw the contact and the foul.
Tyler James going to go to the free throw line, but it was Reese Leone. No look pass as James was cutting to the hoop, who got him in great position to get there.
Third foul on John Ward. And Tyler James will step to the line where he connects on 63.2%. Of his free throws, he's averaging 11 points per game. He has 8 at the moment, and he'll stay at 8. Tyler James close to a double-double every game. They love the way he shoots the ball. He gets to the rim. We've already seen his ability defensively. He's kind of a long, wiry player. Good shot blocker.
Moves really well without the basketball inside the paint, too. He's always catching the ball in really good areas to score. You look up and down this Westminster roster. They have 4 guys that have double digits. They spread the offense out. It's not 1 or 2 guys.
And there is James called for the foul as the 2 players got locked up. Coach Soroki doesn't like it. Neither does James.
Once you reach in like that, through their body, they're going to give you the foul there.
Here's Wiseman to the free throw line. 50% free throw shooter. He puts it up and in. Wiseman has played in all 12 games. He's out of Martinsville, Indiana. And it's a 3-point ball game, 55-52. Ritter has it on the wing, back out front. This is Reese Leone. Leone hands it over to Ritter. Ritter goes off the dribble. Ritter scoops it up and in. Nicely done. 57-52. Inside of 7.5 to play. Yarborough onto the wing, back to Yarborough. Right at the free throw line, it's Luka Robinson. He's defended there by Ritter. Now Russ Gump lowering the shoulder is Weir. Shot is off the mark. It's no good, and we have a foul on Westminster underneath. And with that, we will take timeout. 6:36 left to play. We've got ourselves a ball game on the WKBN College Basketball Game of the Week.
Lindsay Watson, weeknights on 33 WYTV News.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make. The relationship between a realtor and client requires a trusted bond. At Zid Realty, we've been building long-term relationships based on professionalism and exceptional customer service for over 31 years.
Opioid use disorder is an epidemic. Like COVID-19, it's impacted many lives in the African American and Hispanic Latino American communities. Fortunately, there's help. Assessment by a certified treatment organization can determine the most effective treatment treatment option. There are many excellent programs in our community that can successfully treat this problem, and Youngstown UMADOP can refer you to local providers that treat substance use disorders. Call 330-743-2772 for more information.
Good luck to both teams tonight from America's Wholesale Outlet. You'll never know what you'll find at America's Wholesale Outlet, South Avenue next to the Amish Market.
Hi, I'm Joe Zidian. I'm proud to have been in the real estate business for the last 40 years. If you're looking to sell your home, my job is to get you the highest price in the most reasonable amount of time. Call me for a free market analysis with no obligation.
6:36 left in this one. 57-52. It is Westminster leading Grove City. Chad Krispinski, Jeff Hamilton with you. Be sure to watch for the Ventura Salem play of the week. It comes your way Friday nights at 11 o'clock on WKBN 27. So as we get back to it out of the timeout, it is John Weir to the stripe, a 50% free throw shooter. And Weir, ready, aims, fires, good.
Grove City's doing the definition of just hanging around. They've been around the whole game. Westminster's had the lead since basically the opening tip, but Westminster keeps finding themselves down 5, 4. Then it becomes a one-possession game, like down 3 here. And what they didn't do in the first half was knock down free throws. Now they've gotten hot from the free throw line, and they've cut that gap.
So it is 57-54. In favor of Westminster, here we go. Reese Leone has it up at the top of the key. Leone takes it around to the right side. Slices into the paint. He raises up from the free throw line. And he will shoot 2 as he was fouled.
His first step is so quick. When he decides to go, he gets going. And what happened there was he had his guy beat. He felt the contact. And instead of kept going, when he feels the contact right there, watch, feels it, he goes right up into the shot to earn himself 2 free throws.
Leone's such a tough kid. Distributes well, scores well. He missed the free throw, however. And it stays 57-54. He's a 65.6% free throw shooter coming into tonight's action. And he missed them both. White with the rebound, and here comes Ben Rose.
Now Grove City has a chance to tie the game.
They'll need a 3. They won't get a chance, though. There's a foul on Tyler James.
These fouls are starting to pile up now. Both teams have 19 fouls. Next one's going to be 2 shots for both teams.
Second foul on Tyler James, and so to the free throw line will step Elijah White. Free throw up and good. And it's 57-55.
And both the James fouls have been very similar, going through the back of the post player. They're trying to get the ball. Should maybe go on the side of him and half him, so if he goes for that pass, he's not going through his back.
The second free throw is up, and it is good. 57-56. Ball in the hands of Daniel Ritter. Ritter off the dribble, spinning in the paint, right low block. Ritter, strong put, up and in.
When Westminster needs a bucket, Daniel Ritter's the guy they're going to.
59-56 is our score.
How patient was he offensively, too? 2, 3 ball fakes before he got the defenders where he wanted them and then scored.
Very much in control off the miss. James comes down to the board, and it's ahead to Reese Leone. And Leone has it outside the three-point line. Leone spinning free. Leone feeds it into the corner. Tyler James thought about the 3, whips it to Leone. To Ritter in the corner for 3. Around, and it comes out, and Rose with a rebound. There's some physical play underneath there as the ball is out of bounds, and it'll go to Grove City.
Give Anthony Ritter a lot of credit there. He's crashing the boards. Rest of his team's getting back on defense. He's going after that basketball as it comes off. He almost earned himself another possession.
Over the time stripe and into the forecourt. Rose has been quiet the last couple of minutes. McCray goes off the dribble. He fires off the side of the rim, no good. Ball is saved in to Grove City. Shot was rejected by Clark, and it's out of bounds. And we have a whistle, and we have a foul. It's a 1-on-1 shooting situation coming up. It's a foul on Grove City's
No,
Joshua McCray.
This isn't going to be a 1-and-1. That's the 10th team foul on Grove City.
Oh, I beg your pardon. He put up the 1-and-1, but it is 2 shots. You're exactly right. So 2 free throws upcoming. And Ritter is a 72% free throw shooter. Up, and it falls in.
The luxury of having the 2 Ritters on the line. Daniel Ritter shoots 80%. Anthony Ritter shoots 72%. Late in the game, ball's in their hands. These are guys that are going to make free throws.
And the second one is good as well. It is 61-56. Rose with the ball in his hands, brings it around to the near side. Rose slicing through, gives it into the corner. 3 ball up and good for Joshua McCray. And he cuts it once again to a 2-point ball game, 61-59. Back and forth these 2 teams go. Over to Ritter, off the dribble, into the paint. Ritter, floater, up, no good. Follow won't go. Rose with a rebound for Grove City. And a chance to tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Left side, 3-ball rejected on the play by Clark.
Andrew Clark had that one sized up. Jonah Bach's been hot from the 3-point arc for the Wolverines. Clark comes out, closes out the shooter, has it timed really well, sends that up into row D.
61-59, timeout on the floor. We will keep it here with 4:21 left.
With that Clark block, they have 6 blocks on the night. They lead the conference in block shots over their average right now. They average about 5.3 blocks per game. That's the 6th block already for the Titans.
Now, these aren't just any normal blocks. These are like emphatic rejections.
Yeah, those are the ones when you have them sized up and a 3-point shooter goes to shoot a 3 and you send it into the crowd. Get pretty excited for those.
No doubt about that. Every week we pick a player of the game. It's one player that has made the greatest impact during our WKBN Game of the Week. The player of the game is sponsored by Nightline Embroidery and BIOS Wellness Urgent Care. We'll feature the player of the game every Monday night on WKBN 27 First News. Winding down our President's Athletic Conference doubleheader. This one coming down to the wire between rivals Westminster and Grove City. Titans up 61-59 with 4:21 left to play in the second half. Ball is into Ben Rose. Rose around to the right side from the elbow. Fires and hits. And we're tied at 61.
Hutcherson came out to make a play on that, and I think he got hit in the face. They're going to stop the game here.
20 points for Rose. And I'm not sure.
Hutcherson got hit in the face. I think he's bleeding pretty good.
He might be bleeding, yeah.
He went to contest the shot on Rose, and another player for Grove City caught him with an elbow on the face. And that's why he couldn't get up to block that shot.
61-61, Reese Leon with the ball. Leon brings it back across. He has it at the top of the key. 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. Leon looking for a screen, now bounces it over to Clark. Andrew Clark feeds it into the corner. Leon for 3. He knocked it down!
Big shot by Reese Leon. That's his 11th point tonight.
64-61, Westminster with the lead.
When Westminster needed to have one, Reese Leon delivered. It's a big shot.
Wiseman, low post for Rose. Rose in no man's land. And the ball is out of bounds. And it's going to stay here. It was evidently deflected. Didn't seem or appear that way.
But even after it was deflected, I thought it hit Christian Wiseman when it came through. I want to get a second look at this. Yeah, it hits Wiseman in the hand right there.
Yeah,
and he's
like
the last person to touch it.
I don't think he's going to be offering up that information, however.
No, he isn't telling anyone.
Nope. Up at the top of the key, this is Kano. Over to Robinson. Shot clock down to 2. Jump shot up, no good from Wiseman. Ball is loose on the floor. I'll tell you what, you want to see some folks diving after loose balls. That's what these two teams are doing here tonight in the final minutes.
Well, that possession was a big possession. You tied the game if you're Grove City, and then Leon hits the three. You needed to answer that with a bucket, and that's why bodies were flying everywhere.
Just over 3 minutes left. Reese Leon has it up at the top of the key, and Leon works it over to Ritter, firing three ball around, and it comes out. And it stays 64-61.
I know the bucket doesn't go in. It's phenomenal execution there by the Titans. Ritter sets the screen and pops out, gets a wide open look, and that thing did everything but go down.
Bounce pass underneath. Here's Kano, left low block, works it into traffic. Ball is ripped free by Ritter. And now the Titans will try to run some clock as we are now inside of 2.5 to play. Reese Leon hit a big three a few moments ago. Over to Anthony Ritter, who takes it baseline, feeding it to his twin brother, and Daniel Ritter put it in.
I think they did that a couple times back at South Range or in the front yard. Great ball movement, way to cut without the basketball. Big bucket there.
That ball is taken away and saved, but it trickles out of bounds. And with 1:58 left to play, it's Grove City with the basketball. Need a Grove City player to inbound the ball. So Rose has it, and I think Coach Lammy just called a timeout.
Yeah, there's a little confusion there by the Wolverines.
So here's the reset. 1:57 left to play. It is 66-61. The timeout situation is this way. Grove City has 3 and 5 timeouts remaining for Westminster. Well, we have an opportunity. We can encourage you to pull out your phones and scan this QR code right now. Sign up to receive local news stories delivered straight to your email every single morning. So 66-61 is our score.
You know who's been awfully quiet for Grove City for about the last 10, 11 minutes is Ben Rose. You're thinking now, if you're Coach Lammy, you're going to try to get him the basketball, get him going again in these last minute and so many seconds. You need him to score the basketball.
So the plot thickens as these two play down the stretch and wind this thing down. Westminster has won 4 of the last 5 meetings with Grove City. Westminster comes into this one riding a 3-game win streak. Brian Danilov, one of the assistants for Kevin Soroki, joined by Dylan O'Hara, Doug Caputo, all local guys. So the Mahoning Valley, Kevin Soroki. There you see him there taking a seat in his 10th year heading up this Westminster program. He's hoping for a big win against rival Grove City. Shot clock down to 11. Fadeaway shot by Rose. Perfect.
Coach Lammy's thinking just like we were. Get Ben Rose the basketball. He's been quiet. He's our guy. We got to ride these last 2 minutes.
66-63. Onto the wing, Ritter to the free throw line, James. James to Ritter. Jab step, Ritter spins free, spins in the paint again, rejected, and it's picked up by McCray of Grove City. Inside 90 seconds left. Here we go. McCray outside Brown. Into the hands of White. And now guess who rolls? This is Buck for 3. Oh, he knocked it down! What a shot for Buck, and we are tied at 66.
Jonah Buck, 3 threes in the second half for his 9 points.
Inside the final minute, spinning at the free throw line. It's Reese Leon over to Ritter. Ritter, great feet underneath. Tyler James is fouled as he went up strong and the ball went flying. And 2 shots upcoming for Tyler James, the former Warren JFK standout.
If you play with Reese Leone, you better have your head on a swivel because you may be open. The ball doesn't come right away. It's coming to you. He will find you. That no-look pass got to James in a quick way.
James trying to reach double figures and give his Westminster team at least a 1-point lead. James fires, misses off the front edge. He's a 63.2% free throw shooter. 44.7 seconds remaining.
At one point in this game, Westminster was 10 of 12 from the line. They're now 12 of 19. They've gone 2 for their last 9 free throws.
And the second free throw is up and good for James. James will head to the bench, and checking back in, it's Josh Hutcherson. 67-66 in favor of Westminster. Ben Rose with the ball. He's been a monster for Grove City all night long. He now bounces it up to the top of the key to McCray. McCray spinning free, works it over to Robinson. McCray, and now Ben Rose. Rose looking at the elbow, jumper up. It is defended well and off the miss. The rebound down to Daniel Ritter. And again, those free throws coming oh so important with 16.9 seconds left. Wasted a lot of time on that possession.
They did. They wanted to get a really good shot, and you have to credit Westminster's defense. That was not the best shot the Wolverines could have gotten. But no need to panic. Even with 2 free throws here, if Ritter can knock these 2 down, it's still a 1-possession game.
Free throw coming up. Shot clock is off with those 16.9 seconds left. And the free throw is short for Daniel Ritter.
He has 16 points right now. Get the timeout here by Grove City.
So a timeout has been taken. Perhaps trying to freeze the free throw shooter maybe a little bit and also set something up for right afterwards.
And Ritter missed the first one. I'm a little surprised he took the timeout there. Now, he missed the first one. Don't want to let an 80% free throw shooter now gather himself. Maybe let him get the ball right back in his hands and, but call timeout to set things up, see where they're at. I'm sure he's running over all kind of scenarios with his team. And the number 1 scenario is box out. There is 1 shot Ritter's taking. If he misses this thing, we cannot afford Westminster getting the offensive rebound.
And he said every time you meet this Grove City team, it's a dogfight, and it's time that we put our big boy shoes on.